Hey everyone, welcome. So let's talk about something we've all seen, right? You know that one person in your circle, could be a neighbor, a colleague, who always has the newest phone, the shiniest car. When you see them, what's the very first thought that pops into your head?
Yeah, you know exactly who I'm talking about. The one with the brand new luxury car, that super expensive watch. Our minds instantly jump to this one single, very powerful conclusion.
Exactly. We see them and we think, wow, that person must be so rich. We see the spending and we automatically connect it to wealth. But here's the thing. Today, we are going to completely pull that assumption apart. Because you know what? It's almost always wrong.
The really surprising truth? It's that genuine wealth, the kind that gives you real freedom and security, is actually what you don't see. It's totally invisible. It has nothing to do with a flashy car and everything to do with the solid financial base someone is quietly building behind the scenes.
All right, so let's start by breaking down this rich illusion. This whole idea that what you see is what you get when it comes to money, it's seriously misleading. And I'm going to show you exactly why. Okay, so picture this. You see someone driving a $100,000 car. What does that actually tell you about their money situation? Your first instinct might be, wow, they are loaded. But really, it only confirms one single, simple fact.
And that fact is, they have $100,000 less than they did a moment before they bought it. That's it. Just let that sink in for a second. Their wealth didn't go up, it went down. They just swapped their cash for an asset that's losing value by the minute. That's literally the entire transaction.
And this idea right here brings us to the absolute core of what we're talking about today. The huge difference between being rich and being wealthy. We throw these words around like they mean the same thing, but honestly, they represent two completely different worlds.
See, wealth isn't about how much money you make in a year. It's not about your high income. It's about the assets you build up with the income you don't spend. It's the savings, the investments, the stuff that's out there working for you, making you money even when you're asleep. That's real wealth. It's the security you have that has nothing to do with when your next paycheck is coming in.
And this chart really just spells it out, doesn't it? It's all about mindset. On one hand, being rich is all about spending today's money to show off. The result? Yeah, you get the visible luxury, but often there's a whole lot of debt hiding just beneath the surface. On the other hand, being wealthy is about using that money to build assets for tomorrow. The result there? It's an invisible security blanket, and that's what gives you true financial freedom.
Okay, to really see how this works in the real world, let's use a super simple story. Because nothing makes these ideas clearer than an example, right? So, let's meet two friends. We'll call them Rahul and Samir. So, the story goes like this. Both Rahul and Samir get a pretty nice bonus from work. What does Rahul do? He runs right out and buys the newest, fanciest phone and a bunch of designer clothes. And to everybody else, he looks like he's crushing it. He looks rich. But Samir does something totally different. He takes his bonus and quietly, without telling anyone, invests it into some index funds. Nobody even knows it happened. His wealth is growing, but it's completely invisible.
All right, now here comes the real test. Let's imagine disaster strikes. Both of them, on the very same day, suddenly lose their jobs. What do you think happens next? That one single choice each of them made with that one bonus is now about to define their entire future.
For Rahul, it's instant panic, pure stress. His whole lifestyle, the fancy phone, the designer clothes, it has zero financial backup. He's got nice stuff, sure, but absolutely no security. Samir, though, he has a cushion. That invisible wealth, those quiet investments he made, suddenly becomes a very, very real safety net. It buys him peace of mind. It buys him time to figure out what to do next.
And that right there, that's the real power of invisible wealth. It's so much more than just a number in a bank account. It's about what that money actually buys you in life. And spoiler alert, it's something way more valuable than any luxury good you can imagine.
What is it then? Well, true wealth, it's freedom. The freedom to make your own choices, the freedom to walk away from a job you hate, to take a year off and travel, to start that business you've always dreamed of. It's the power of having options that you haven't even used yet. It's that deep, calming peace of mind that only comes from knowing you're financially secure. And maybe, just maybe, the best part is the freedom from ever needing to impress anyone ever again.
I want you to really think about this next quote for a second. It's kind of the great paradox of money. Spending money to show people how much money you have is the fastest way to have less money. It's It's a vicious cycle. It's a game you absolutely cannot win.
So as we start to wrap this up, it really all boils down to a choice, doesn't it? It's a decision you have to make between two very different paths. And believe me, they lead to two wildly different places.
And that's really the question I want to leave you with. The next time you get a paycheck, a bonus, any extra cash, what are you going to choose? Do you want to look rich for a moment? Or do you want the lifelong freedom that comes with being truly wealthy? Ultimately, the choice is all yours.
If this made you think, hit like, share it with someone who needs it, and comment what you want to learn next. Follow Mindset Millionaire for daily wealth lessons.